Hey guys, Jalea Seals here with 212 Behavioral, and our tip today is what to do if your kid won't eat anything. So we hear this complaint a lot. Frustrated parents come to us and like, I can't get my child to eat anything. I'm afraid they're gonna starve to death. We go out to a restaurant, we ask what they want, we get what they want, they don't eat it. It's this big power struggle all while we're eating, and then we get in the car and they start telling me that they're hungry, and I try my best to not pull all my hair out. Pull some of it out, but not all of it out. So to those parents, today's tips for you. So what I would say is that kids and people in general like to have choices. So what choices do is they show that we have some sort of autonomy in the world. So whenever we don't have any choice, we're gonna take our choices out on things that we probably shouldn't take our choices out on. So what we would say to that is that it's important that children are able to have choices so they can learn how to handle choices. So children are gonna grow up hopefully into adults. And in the adult world, the majority of anxiety happens because people don't know how to handle choices. So whenever we start to equip them with how to handle choices, then we equip them with being an emotionally healthy adult. So simple choices, what we want to do is we want to give them two choices. The first choice is always whatever you were going to have for dinner anyway. So we don't make a special meal for our child. We don't talk to them beforehand and say, hey, what do you want for dinner? Mommy and daddy are having meatloaf and brother are having meatloaf. What do you want to have? And then I'll cook you the special meal. But what we want to do is that we want to give them the option on what to do with a second meal. So we say, okay, you can have what mommy's cooking, or you can make yourself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or a cheese quesadilla. Flat. Two choices there. You can do this, or you can make your own something that we've agreed upon. Does that make sense? Good. So where we go from there is that if the child says that they want the thing that you cooked for dinner, and they sit down and they decide, no, I don't want this, I want the peanut butter and jelly, you don't get up and clean up their meal. They're responsible for putting it up in the Tupperware that you're having for the next day, or putting it back to the pot, and then they're responsible for cooking the next meal or fixing their own option to eat, and then they're responsible for cleaning that up. It's not a punishment, it's just ownership over their choice. So whenever kids feel like they have ownership, they're more likely to comply in things that are just no big deal, like dinner. So those are our tips for what to do if your kid doesn't eat anything. I know it's challenging as a parent. I know you don't want to see your child harmed or to starve, but I promise you they're not going to starve to death, because that self-preservation instinct in kids is very strong. So what they want to do is they want to pull you into a power struggle, and what we encourage you to do is to stay out of the power struggle. So it's not really about the food, it's about the choice. And what we're going to do is we're going to offer our child two choices, the one thing you were going to do anyway, and the thing that they can do themselves. So those are agreed upon options. Have a list of 3 or so things that you've agreed upon that they can make themselves, and then we move from there. All right, thank you guys. You have a great day. Bye.